ACCUSTATS Video Productions presents from Louisville, Kentucky, the first annual Derby City Classic. Along with my good friend to my right, Danny Diliberto and Billy Incardona, we're at the Executive West Hotel in Louisville, where we're having a billiard extravaganza. And the feature match this evening is between two of the finest players in the world today, our friend Grady Mathews and Earl the Pearl Strickland, Danny.
Well, in reality, they are two of the finest, but in different games. Grady is a one-pocket specialist, and Earl is a nine-ball specialist, so therefore, I give a pretty big edge to Earl here. Plus, he's lost one match. He can't afford to lose another one.
Well, I've grown to know Grady quite a bit and quite well, and he is by far the most unpredictable player I have ever had the pleasure of watching play this game.
Yeah, he's a little eccentric, should we say? No. Let the match get underway, and I'll tell you something about the first day here when I met Grady at the bank pool meeting. I'll tell you the story. We get a chance.
But you really never know which Grady is going to show up. That's what I was getting at.
Well, anyway, the Grady that showed up at this tournament had $25,000 in his pocket, a big wide grin. And then disaster started setting in. Someone came up to him and said, "You want to bet on your bank pool match?" He said, "Yeah, but I want to bet something." So they bet him $600, $500, $400. I said, "Grady, who are you playing?" He says, "I don't know. What do I care?" And that got him started. And after getting here with 20-something thousand, he is on E now. And he won it in Reno, in case the IRS is out there. Okay. Anyway, Earl didn't make a ball on the break.
Grady trying to utilize the 2 and the 8 as blockers, but wasn't able to position the cube up behind the 2 and the 8. Strickland steps to the table, has a fairly good shot on the 1. He has to make sure he hits it thinly enough. It's one of those shots where you have to hit thinly in order to pocket it.
Uh-oh, bad speed.
Bad speed is right. Strickland very quickly playing himself out of position behind the 7 ball. 2 cushions into the 2. Hit it with medium speed. Just hard enough to get the 2 back up table. And it looks like he may have. I don't think so. No, he doesn't. He hasn't, I should say. He hasn't gotten away with the safety here, Danny. Grady has a shot in the upper left-hand corner. The 3 and the 4 position on the right-hand side of the table. If he's able to drop nicely for the 3, the remaining balls on the table.
This is tricky.
Shouldn't be that hard to get.
That was an excellent shot.
He may have gotten himself a little bit too thin on the 3 here. That was a good shot also. Now the crux of this difficult rack actually is, I was going to say, he's taking care of the problem area of the rack. And
that was the last thing he had to do right there. He really hit the 3 a little full, but I thought he did that on purpose just to hold the cue ball. But that one, there was no reason to hit it too full, and therefore he hung it up.
I believe that both of these players playing in the feature match have used up their option to buy back in.
Right.
So therefore, the loser of this match
packs his bags.
Packs his bags. Exactly the way Danny said, packs his bags, and they have to leave. Strickland very quickly shooting the next ball. He's in that 3-stroke mode here.
Oh, there's no, I mean, when this guy gets killing you, he does it painlessly. He does it real fast. I mean, he'll get 7 games in 12 minutes on you if he gets in rhythm making balls.
Game number 1 goes to Strickland. He takes the early lead in the short race to 7, 1 game to nothing. Yeah, Grady certainly had a great opportunity in the game number 1, but wasn't able to do good with it. And he really can't make mistakes playing Earl Strickland, because you know as well as I do, Earl Strickland still regarded as one of the most explosive and dangerous players in the world today.
And if Grady is unpredictable, I think you may say the same thing about Earl as far as his temperament. Grady's playing may be unpredictable, but Earl's personality could waver a little bit.
Yeah, so very well put in regard to a player's temperament. A player's temperament has so much to do with him winning and losing. How much he dwells upon mistakes that he's made and how he handles adversity.
Well,
Earl Strickland, when he's at the top of his game, no one plays any better.
And he doesn't think anyone ever does. He's a very proud person, rightfully so. But he played a little bad position.
Well, did you notice how awkwardly he was stretching across the table?
Yes.
He couldn't have had that much control stretching.
Well, if
the way
he has
did.
no control on that one, he's going to have trouble with this control too. But he's such a shot maker. Yeah, he just split the wicket, the right speed. I mean, just perfect. The 5 to the 6 is going to be tricky.
The 5 to the 6 is definitely going to be tricky. If he could position the cue ball near the side pocket, keeping the angle where he would cut the 5 to the left like so, he's got a perfect angle on the 5, but he forgot to pocket the 4. But that was the optimum position to drop nicely for the 6, where he positioned the cue ball for the 5.
How about this coincidence? That's what stopped Grady last rack, the 4 ball in that same pocket.
That's right.
Yeah. No big pool fact, or you're not going to learn anything from that, but that's what just happened.
It's amazing how some people think.
What can you say about a hanging ball except that it's the ball that hung last rack on Grady?
Okay, Grady looks like he's going to have to either play position for the combination or the bank cross side. So therefore, he looks like he has 2 options available to him the way I see it.
I'm laughing at 2 options.
Yeah. Well, whenever you got time, you can fill me in.
Yeah.
He opted to
He's a funny guy. He is really a funny guy. Well, that isn't very funny, though.
No, he one-stroked that bank cross side. And
You're
I
right.
thought, that's
Stroked
exactly
it.
what he did.
What Billy's saying, I tell everybody that I instruct, you are not lined up when you first get down, so one stroke doesn't give you the accuracy you need to hit the ball. As you stroke, your body adjusts and you get rhythm. You got to take 4 or 5 strokes or you're going to be missing easy shots.
In the main tournament area, there are 11 tournament matches. I'd be willing to gamble, if I was a gambling man, that is. I'd be willing to gamble and say that this is the first match that's over out of the 11 matches.
Yeah, I would say that too. And Earl really hasn't gotten gear yet.
Game number 2 goes to Strickland, as the first one also did, and he leads in this match 2-0.
You know what Grady said yesterday while they're racking balls here? Yesterday he said that he beat a guy a couple weeks ago out of 10,000. He said the guy went to his motel and called Grady back at the pool room and says, I owe you 10,000. He says, yeah. He says, you want to settle for 7? So Grady says, well, I needed the money. So I said, yeah. And the guy said, I owe you 7.
That was funny. That really was funny.
Probably true also.
Okay, instead of me owing you 10, now I owe you 7. Corner ball. Another one in the side, pocketing 2 balls on the break. And he does come up with a shot on the 1. Now, he'll shoot this bank to his left because it's the 2 balls, the 2 and the 4. He'll utilize those 2 balls as blockers in case he misses the bank on the 1.
Oh, I don't know about blockers. He got a blocker. But he doesn't have a shot on the 2.
Yeah, but he didn't pocket the 1.
Yeah, luckily. But I expect Grady to kick this in and run out. I'll make a long shot prediction. He'll kick this in 1 rail and get position. Not that way, though. Wouldn't you kick it the other way?
Well, for what it's worth, Danny, Grady is one of the better kickers in the world today. He has a lot of systems, and he really knows this.
All right, let's see. Well, you know what it is? He was trying to make it without playing position. See, the other way he could have got close position. But he must have felt confident enough about the long shot on the 2. He knew he was going to at least have a long shot if he made it, right?
Right. And possibly kicking the other way, he may have found the cue ball go behind the 7-9.
Possibly. But it was an easier shot to hit and pocket.
Yes. Strickland falling a little short of the mark shows some signs of disgust.
Well, you know, the 7 really, it'll go in the side pocket only. If you fall on it real well. Earl's lucky that ball went. He caught part of the pocket.
He hit it a little roughly, but the pocket accepted the shot.
Yeah.
He's straight in here, Danny. Anything can happen here. That corner pocket he's shooting over is very big now.
If he gets straight in, he's okay.
Oh, no, he had a little angle. Now he opted to follow it.
Yeah.
The 7 does go in the side. I don't know. I think that's the only pocket the 7 goes in is the side. And that's what he's looking at now. He's looking to see if the 7 goes in the corner.
Well, he's playing position like it does. It must go. Yeah, he played position like the 7 goes. That's a very good hit, by the way. That's not as easy as it looked. Did you ever twirl one of those? The shot he just spun like off the rail, jacking up. Didn't you ever over twirl one of those and miss the ball?
I've over twirled them. I've
Many
twirled
times.
them. I made a few and I've missed a lot. Game number 3 goes to Strickland.
But you did it your way.
Don't we all? Game number 3 goes to Strickland and he ties up the match 3-0. He ties up the match. He takes a 3-0 lead in the match. You got me going crazy. You know, it's tough working around here. You never eat. Get delirious. Yeah, this is not one of the tournaments that Grady's going to want to remember. He hasn't really done well in this tournament. And I like Grady, really. Even though we have our confrontations, he's a friend of ours and a friend of mine, and I really like him, and I want to see him do well.
Yeah, I do too. I feel a little sorry that he went off after he was so happy.
Okay, the 4 to the 5 is the problem in this rack. 5-ball position underneath the 6. The 6 ball to the right and underneath the foot spot. And this should be a pretty shot if he executes it.
Well, what do you do? Go forward to 2 rails, or are you going to bounce, miss the side on both sides, 2 rails?
He would like to go forward, but I don't think the angle that he has offers him that option. I think he's going to have to go cross table twice here, Danny.
Got to miss that side pocket.
Big side pocket.
Tricky.
And if he misses the side pocket, he seems like he may go in the direction of the 6.
Well, he didn't even try that. I guess he just playing to hit it.
He tried to do exactly what he did.
And it's a great shot.
And I'll tell you something, the speed of that shot was very difficult to control, and he did it about as well as you could do it.
Okay, now that he got here and he wanted to, what do you think he wanted to do next?
Well, he can play a nice safety like so, a hook, and hook Grady. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, knowing Earl, about 10 years ago, he would have banked that. He didn't have safe in his repertoire 10 years ago. You know that. He was a young, straight shooter, wanted to make everything. In fact, he doesn't think you should play safes in straight pool. He thinks that's a chicken way to play.
Okay, that's a good hit.
But he's going to sell out.
That's a good hit, but he is going to sell out. See, he hit that on the right side. Actually, he played a 2-way shot. If he misses it going in, he'll hit it coming back out. Hitting it coming back out probably would have been a better thing to have happened to him, but he hit it going in, and he hit it too hard. Had he hit it softer, he would have probably ended up with a much better
it's
safety.
pretty unlucky when you hit a ball and it stops not only pocketable, but automatic position, Don't have to have both, but that did. Now, where does this ball go? Does it go by the 8?
Yeah, I think it does go by the 8. He doesn't have much of a pocket, and to make matters even more complicated, he's on the wrong side of the 7. So, therefore, he's going to have to hit it with some stroke.
Like that.
Like that.
Runs into the 9, he might not like it, but it helped.
Yeah, it helped because it made the position of the 9 play much more natural.
Right. See, if you had to shoot this 8 and play position for something, doing something, it's a tougher shot than if you just cinch it.
Right. He can hit it now with the pocket speed. that really widens the pocket or allows the pocket to play larger. Game number 4 goes to Strickland, and he's leading in this match 4-0 now. I don't think they've been playing more than 10 minutes.
No, they haven't.
And it's 4-0 Strickland.
Yeah, Grady needs some easy start. Like, in football, we say they need a turnover, or else it'll be a rout.
Yeah, but if he does happen to turn it over with a miss or a scratch or whatever, Grady still has to, if you will, score. He has to take the ball and score with it, and either run out or pocket the 9 in some other fashion possibly, but he's going to have to do well with it.
Well, that was not a good break at all. It didn't make a good noise. The cue ball went right in the side pocket.
Okay, there's the turnover you were referring to. Let's see now. But the 5, 7, and 9, the 3 balls positioned underneath the foot spot, yeah, that's a problem area right there. I don't know how.
No, he's got a pretty easy combination. I just saw it on the monitor. He's got a pretty easy. If he falls anywhere down, on the right side of the table from us, But first, let's run the 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's not a gimme. Well,
the 3 to the 4 will tell the story.
Yeah.
And the story is how well he'll do with this particular layout. The 1, 2, and 3 are, very accessible. The 5 and 9 looks like they're lined up fairly reasonably close to that corner pocket. I don't know because we're not at the table. We're at a different vantage point, and sometimes it's difficult for us to see what type of an angle it offers itself. But we'll soon find out.
Well, he has a chance to get the right angle here.
But he doesn't want to get straight in.
No, straight in is disaster.
He has to make sure that he's able to...
he can't reach, but look, it stopped just where he can't bridge it. Everything's wobbling.
No, he's not going to do well with this shot.
Oh, he did all right.
Okay, he's fallen a little bit underneath the 3, and that's actually one of the better spots. Yeah.
One rail, that's all. You got enough angle. You only need a little angle, and you're all right. And it looks like he's going to get a little tricky here.
Well, he's fallen too thin on the 4 because if there's an area on the table you want to be underneath the 5. It looks like in order to pocket the 9, you're going to have to cut it in. And from the position that he's ended up in, he can't hold the cue ball. He's going to have to go into the 5.
I'll tell you the target area. No, he can't go past the side pocket. That's what he can't do. Anywhere past the side pocket, he's no good. You see it? Right now, he's okay. He's okay. If he goes past the side pocket, he won't be able to hit the 5.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I must see this angle wrong because from there I don't believe he can make it.
Okay, I'll bet mustache shaving he makes it.
I don't know about betting mustache.
Yeah, if he makes it, you shave your mustache off, and if he misses it, I shave mine off.
Look, see how much he's got to cut this ball?
Right, but I still want to bet.
Well, Danny, your mustache is so thin now, you probably want to get rid of it anyways.
Oh, no. No, I did once. I didn't like. Oh man!
I should bet because I know this is a very difficult shot.
Now it's worse.
Come on.
He didn't even try it. Well, you should have bet.
Well,
that's all.
I really dogged it badly there.
That was the biggest mustache dogging I ever saw.
Well, anyways, he played a smart shot, realizing then that the 9 would impede the progress of the 5. He would reposition the cue ball. Earl would step to the table with not even an offensive shot of any kind. He would probably have to kick here.
Yep.
Now, the 7 looks like it's lined up reasonably close to the upper right-hand corner.
It is close.
So Earl's going to probably kick this with some speed.
Yeah, you're right again.
Well,
Billy.
I don't know about that.
Well, he got away with it.
He certainly did.
Well, Grady has a pretty big target to snooker him with. He can bank the 5 to the end rail and use the 7 and 8 to get him.
Okay, that he can do quite comfortably, I might add, but he really can't get impatient here and try to play the 9 on this shot. If he does that, he's making a grave mistake.
I know.
Okay, so let's see.
5 bank? He looked at the bank a little bit, but I think he's got that safe I was talking about.
Yes, okay, now that's a good common sense safety there.
Yeah,
and
he got him too.
I don't know if he does.
Oh, he left the edge.
Yeah, he did leave the edge.
Left the edge. But this is no bargain.
No. No bargain.
He's 8 feet away. Has to make a thin hit because if he hits it too full, the 5 will come out. So, I mean, this is very tricky. He gets away with this.
Oh, he was able to see enough of the 5 ball to control it in the fashion that he did. Had he not been able to see that much of the 5 ball,
I don't think that was a very good shot.
Well,
His speed was way
bad
up.
Bad speed. But
Yeah, I mean, you got to shoot this, don't you?
Yeah, don't play the 9 here. Okay, good shot. That was an excellent shot.
Especially when you're losing 4-0. And you have to come from the end rail. That was a very good shot. He stays alive anyway.
Has to be careful here. He wants to go 3 cushions and play the 7 on the side, but you have to be careful to hit ball first on that shot, because if you don't and hit rail first, you're going to create a problem. I think he's made it across table far enough to pocket the 7.
Yeah, but it's a tricky position now. Made a good hit. He's working hard, though, on the last few balls.
Well,
but he got through it.
Well, fortunately, this will be like almost game ball here. Well, okay, this is game number 5, and if Mathews pockets the 9, then it'd be trailing in the match by only 3 games, 4 games to 1. That's the first game of a miraculous comeback starting here.
I feel it too. He only needs 3 games. I mean, he's breaking. If he can break and run out this one, 4-2 is a match. Plus, I don't think Earl's been playing spectacular. He's not killing.
Boy, didn't Shannon Dalton in the match against Bustamante just break those balls as well as you ever seen anyone break them?
He did everything real well. He made one mistake. He played bad position and froze on the 3. But other than that, it was a perfect match.
Just a near flawless performance by Shannon Dalton. And for you people out there that don't know what we're talking about, Shannon Dalton and Francisco Bustamante played a match before this one. And ask Pat about it, because it was a great match. I mean, you'll see some great 9 ball by Shannon Dalton if you get that match.
Okay, Grady made a ball on the break. He has a fairly easy shot on the 1. Looks like position automatically. He's got to stick this one at him here, and and he's back in the game now. Yeah. Zero in. This is like the ball that keeps you in the match. You got to really zero in, and that's it. The fundamentals have to be perfect when you need to make that ball.
This could be a little tricky here, so he has to be careful. He doesn't. If he opts to go 2 cushions, the 5 ball then becomes a very big ball. If he opts to go 1 cushion, he has to thread the needle going in between the 5 and the 8 to see how well he can do.
I think that's what he should do. I think that's what he should do. Well, he didn't. He did in between both of those ideas.
Okay, that was a mistake, and we'll see if he's resilient enough to overcome that mistake there and bounce back and pocket the 4.
He can't cinch this because it's possible to scratch in the side off the 8. The angle he's making that 4, it looks like natural angle. He can't just cinch the ball, natural speed of the cue ball. He has to do something with this cue ball.
I look for him to draw it. Well, he did cinch it.
Oh, he did.
What's going to happen with the cue ball? It's going to brush the 5.
No, he didn't.
Well, he's gotten himself in a little bit of an off-angle shot once again. This time...
the only good thing about this shot is you don't have any position to play. You just have to make the ball. The 6 is hanging. He just has to make this ball now, and it's his automatic position from the 6 to the 7. Also, and the 8 is hanging. So this is really the game ball, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say. And he's just scuffed up his tip, which means that he's going to probably try to English this ball in. He's going to go to the outside of the cue ball and try to pocket it with English. Maybe he feels more comfortable doing this, which he
never come close.
He missed it.
Never came close.
Sometimes when you get out of line, it's difficult to get back in line.
Right. You know what I say about that stuff? If a guy you were playing missed that and left you that would look like gravy. But when you played bad position to that point, psychologically, you're like going to dog it.
Yeah, and that's very well put, by the way. And it happens so often. And it happens exactly the way you described it, by the way. Of course, you know that.
Well, I've lived it.
And Earl Strickland, the player at the table, was certainly delighted to see Grady miss the 5. He would like to go past the side pocket on that line.
Almost missed the 7.
You can't get careless on the
no, you
equipment.
take nothing for granted. They're very tight pocket tables, and you have to really concentrate on every shot.
By the way, this tournament, after Strickland pockets a 9 and takes a 5-1 advantage in a race to 7, is sponsored by Diamond Billiard Products and Simona's 860 cloth. And if you're not playing on Simona's, you're just not playing. You know that. It's such a pleasure to play on Simona's.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, because you don't have to pound the ball to fly around, control the cue ball when you have to hit a lot of rails. And I've been preaching for a long time that it's a great sport because women could play it, no physical strength involved. If you're on most of the other cloths other than Simona's, you got to work real hard and hit the ball too hard. Here you can breeze the ball and it'll go somewhere. Did you ever notice that?
Oh, yeah.
On Simona's, you can cut a ball real thin and it'll move.
Strickland pocketing 2 balls on the break, but hasn't been able to come up with a shot on the 1. He's certainly at a disadvantage from this position. He's kicking at this, maybe. No. But he's really at a disadvantage. There's no way.
He's got to get the worst of this.
Yeah,
that was a terrible push.
Yeah, Grady's going to try to position the cue ball most likely behind the 8 here.
Right. You just bank the 1 out towards the side pocket, and you just roll behind the 8 2 rails. That was really not good chess. Well, Grady underhit it.
He's fallen short of the mark, and if you're guilty of falling short of the mark in that instance, then you created a major problem for yourself.
Well, he never tried to go to the second rail. He tried to go 1 rail. You got a much bigger target going to 2 rails.
And that's a very noteworthy point that Danny just brought up. Whenever you're confronted with a situation like that, you must go to the second cushion because, like he said, your target becomes much bigger and you never underhit the ball.
That's right. Yeah, Earl, meanwhile, didn't take advantage and missed the 1 ball. So Grady's still alive, but he's going to give Earl another shot.
Not necessarily. The 1 ball hit both points and then went back across the table far enough not to give Earl a shot.
Well, he's got a pretty good safe if he kicks real lightly. He's got to kick lightly, hit the right side of the 1, and he can get him, stop him with the 9.
Watch the double kiss.
Double kiss. See, that shot is so close to being perfectly executed. No double kiss, and he just floats behind the 2, and the 1 banks away. But, however, that's another thing. If you hit it real good, you look like a killer, and if you don't, you look like a sucker.
This shot, the speed of it doesn't lay right.
But you know what this shot is? It's not a tricky shot. What do you mean? He's trying to shoot it? No. He should double kiss this. It'll go right behind the 2 if he double kisses it on purpose.
Well, I didn't know exactly what you meant by that, but I don't think you could have done any better than what he's done right here.
Great. He did
Matter
great.
of fact, I think the 2 ball may even cuts off the part of the cushion, the upper cushion that Darrell needs to hit. So he's going to have to apply English on this shot. And considering how closely the cue ball is to that bottom cushion, this shot now plays extremely difficult.
I would kick this 2 rails. Hit that side rail. You have a better chance to play safe, too. See, there's no safe there unless it's
now the 1 ball snuggled up against the 8, and I don't believe that he has a
The 2 is tied up also. Everything got tied up,
Yeah.
and right now Grady's feeling like the world's against him.
And we were talking about that earlier. When you're at the table and you face adversity, you really can't dwell on it, and you can't allow it to break you down mentally. Because it happens to everybody. It just doesn't happen to you. It happens to everyone. And the player that can handle that the best is the player that usually ends up on top.
Right. Billy is exactly right. You have to forget last inning. Make believe this is a new game. You can't carry last inning in with you. It can only hurt you. You can't gain nothing. Oh, now it's going from bad to worse. Now he missed the 1 ball.
This is a very interesting situation. What would you do if you were Strickland?
Well, it looks like he's going to shoot the 9.
Yeah, that's definitely a very viable option.
He's going to shoot the 9. I mean, if he wanted to do something real exciting, he could put the cue ball on this side and go 5 rails and shoot the 9 with the 2. He missed it. That wasn't even a good attempt.
But it wasn't a very easy shot.
No, but it still was bad. It looked like it never had a chance. The way he hit it. He was trying, I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to make it off the ball or something, and the kiss was way too full. We got to see that again if we can.
On this shot, Danny, you cannot overcut this ball. It's very difficult to overcut this ball. So if he opts to try to cut it
Rail first. You mean no? I'm talking about playing the 9.
This one here.
Yeah, he can play the 9 here. Oh,
yeah, well, he can. That's an option he has.
Yeah.
But if he tries to cut the 1 into the corner pocket, he has to be careful that he doesn't scratch cross corner.
It's a very thin hit. I don't even think he's considering it. I think he's thinking about playing a 9 with a billiard. And if you shoot it soft, center ball, little right-hand English, and make even a close hit, it's a pretty big target here. I think that's what he's going for. See it? He's trying to measure where the cue ball is going to go off that 1.
He better hit it.
You got to finesse this. You can't pound it. Oh, he's playing safe, I guess.
Well, he thought wisely.
That's very good. If Earl doesn't hit it and bank it or something. Earl's going to fly off here, and this one is liable to go somewhere if he hits it.
I think he's going to hit it off the second cushion, not the first. I think he's going to hit it off the second cushion and possibly make it in the side. This seems to be a possibility here. Off the second cushion. Nope, he missed it entirely.
No, he can sleep in the street with that shot.
Yeah, Grady will just play the 1 up the other corner or even in the side, the opposite side that is, playing position for the 2-9 combination. The score at this juncture is 5 games for Strickland, 1 game for Mathews. Mathews looking to narrow the gap to 5-2.
Right.
And he does. So he's not out of it yet. You still have to give him a fighter's chance right now.
I guess we're not going to see that shot Earl tried. I mean, it looked like it never had a chance to go. We can't do it. I'm sorry. But buy the tape and you could see it. And yeah, it looked like it just never had a chance to go in. Oh, the ball.
There goes the 8. Pocketing the 8.
Okay. He's got a ball to make here. I don't know. Can he hit it thin enough to not scratch and go 2 rails to the 2?
I don't know if he has a pocket.
I believe he has a half a pocket, yeah. I believe he does have a pocket. But he's looking at the 9 also.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot, and it carries a pretty big penalty.
Well, look at did you see the monitor? It looked like the cue ball 1 are lined up right at it. But no, he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot the 1. Look at this shot. I mean, it looks like it's lined up pretty close to straight on where to hit it. Well, I think he can go 2 rails, like I said.
He's overcutting this ball.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, well, he played safe.
I guess he wasn't even
safe.
thinking about that. Beautiful speed.
Yes, it was. Excellent speed. Okay, now you're going to see Strickland jump over the edge of the 2 ball here and try to pocket the 1. Now, he does this, Danny, as you well know, is good or better than anyone in the world today.
Well, I'd like to bet this ball winds up on the floor, the cue ball.
No. He does it so well. He does it so well. By the way, you're 0-2, by the way, Mustache.
Yeah. Well, this is the one I mentioned about pushing out and jumping when you took Siegel to play him.
That's right.
And here, I'm the one who mentioned it, but there's something bouncy about this equipment. I thought he might go right on the floor with it, but he's so experienced at jumping. He was the first one that really was a great jumper, along with Pat Fleming.
He would have liked to hit rail first, but nevertheless, I think he's gotten himself out of trouble because the 5 ball now blocks the path that he needs to take to hit the 2.
It's starting to get to Earl because he doesn't like to have to kick and do all this stuff over and over and over. He starts falling a little bit apart, champion or not. He don't like to be kicking too many times. Here he goes again. Well, he's curving this one.
He's curving this one.
I don't know what he can gain. Here, and he didn't.
Okay, Mathews does have a nice shot on the 2. Let's take a look at the pattern he should follow here, Danny. Try to explain it. What would you do for me?
I would go 2 rails under the, not under 9, in front of the 9. I would try to hit this 2 as full as I can and go 2 rails, like in between the 7 and 9.
And at the same time, keeping the angle on the 3 to cut it to the left.
Oh, he went under the 9. That's really a great shot. But to see the danger there, if he just hits the 9, he's done.
And then he has an awkward angle on the 3.
No, I think he can go 2 rails forward. Yeah, he can go 2 rails forward because he's got a little of the right-hand side of the pocket.
Yep, he did. And he was able to...
And he kept an angle, too. Yeah, this is an excellent shot.
This is an excellent angle,
sure,
but touchy shot.
Sure. Oh, right. tight pockets. But he did get just what you want to get to the 5. And once he falls on the 5, it's over. That's perfect.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it just kept
my.
going.
I think he's lost a little bit of his market there.
Oh, man, that ball kept rolling. I thought he was going to wind up straight in. That's where he would have loved to been.
Now he has to elevate.
Yeah, nothing's easy for Grady right now. We're only talking about like an inch. If this cue ball is an inch to the right, it's pretty easy shot, even going to the rail. But now he can't hit the cue ball low. Well, it looks like he might be able to. He's going to go one rail and then back.
And that was a very difficult shot.
Very great shot.
Because the 6 ball was, if you will, actually snookering him from seeing the cue ball on the side that he had to hit it with.
Yeah, you're right. That's right. When you can't see that cue ball totally, it's tough to split it. And if you can't split it, you can hit your object ball off.
The side of the cue ball that he needed to hit to cut the 5 ball in was snookered by the...
Right, a very, very great shot. When it's over, it looks easy, but a very great shot. And Grady is fighting here. He was losing 5-2.
5-1.
Yeah, 5-1, and now it's going to be 5-3.
5-3.
We got a match here.
5-3. Not
and
bad.
like I said, Earl doesn't like to keep kicking because he starts getting this attitude that he's going to lose. He sees it coming. Because I've heard him talk like that a few times during a match. He starts saying, "I can see it coming. I know it's happening." He's done that. Well, the player he's done it with, the reason I know it so well is he's done it with me. He starts talking about he's done, he sees it coming, and blah, 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 blah. And he brings disaster on himself.
Yeah, well, you aren't the only one that he's talked to like that.
Oh, I know. But I'm the only one. I'm sure that he says that about. What's
right, let's
this?
take a 7 ball cross side. There's the 7.
There
He's made the 7.
But he don't have a shot on the 1.
He doesn't have a shot on the 1.
He has a push. He has a push.
Well, Efren Reyes just defeated Steve McKenich, so I would have lost that bet about this match ending quicker or first than any of the other matches.
Well, like I said, Earl hasn't had his real kill rhythm. He usually gets up, bam, 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 he's out. But something's stopping him from doing that. He's probably not handling the equipment for some reason, and he can't get in his rhythm. Plus, Grady's playing a lot of safety. He doesn't like that kind of match. You know that.
Earl's best game is on a little larger table, pocket table, where he can explode and hit you with a 5 or 6 or 7 rack.
Like this.
Run, but on a 4-inch pocket table, where there's more defense into the game, that's really not his cup of tea. He's an offensive player.
What are you going to try to do here? Got no shot on the 1. I don't see good.
I like double banking the 1 behind the 2 and the 4, and repositioning the cue ball behind the 8.
You got all 3 to get him.
Right.
Might get him with one of the situations.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. Percentages.
1.
That's exactly what he's doing.
2.
And he's going to
now
get
he's using the 8 and the 4 and the 2 and all those balls to snooker Grady with, and he's hit it.
He got him with 2 of them.
Yeah, he hit it pretty good.
But I think Grady has a 1 rail kick before in front of the 5 with a high ball.
Tough hit because if he hits the top of the 1 ball, he scratches in the corner.
Well, he does, no doubt about it. He has to hit that 1 ball on the right side of the 1. Good hit.
Good hit. Right.
Good hit. What's going to happen here? It's a good hit, but I'm afraid he's going to lose the game now. I mean, Earl is going to shoot this combination unless the 1 goes through there. I can't tell.
Well, he has a decision to make out there, Danny. The 1 does pass, and the combination is also an option. He's opted to make a short rack out of it, and that he did.
Well, he got on the hill with that one.
At the end of game number 9, Strickland leads in the match in a race to 7, 6-3. And like Danny said, he's on the hill, breaking in game number 10. A lot of great players showed up for this event.
Oh, all of them.
As you look over the floor, I can very quickly see Johnny Archer to the right, Cliff Joyner, Efren Reyes.
Jose Perica.
And that's just the Shannon Dalton, Nick
and
Varner,
Dalton.
and that's just the players that are in view here.
Abner Gerthy. They're all here.
Nick Varner won the bank pool. Efren Reyes winning the one pocket. The 9-ball is the last of the 3 tournaments. Obviously, we have yet to crown the champion.
Oh, boy. See, if he just misses that 7 with the 2, Grady is snookered. Now he's not.
I like banking the 2 behind the 6, spinning the cue ball
Right.
2 cushions. That's what I like.
But he's going to do it with the cue ball. He's going to put the cue ball
I
on
don't
the
think
6.
I don't think there's as big as a target
No, you're right.
with this.
You're right.
But it's more effective if you can do it.
Yes, it is.
Now the hit on the 2 becomes much more difficult. If that shot, the one he selected, is executed well, then
I'll tell
much
you
more
what.
difficult hit.
Earl better hit this. He can't give Grady ball in hand because Grady will shoot the 2-9. That 6 is a little funny. He must hit this 2.
If he hits it, he's made a great shot.
Well, he didn't.
Whoa.
He didn't. I think Grady's got to shoot the 9 right now.
Without a doubt. Look at the position of the 6 and the 7. If there was any doubt out there at all whether you should shoot the 9, certainly the 6 and the 7, the position of the 6 and the 7 has answered that for you.
See, for you people out there, the right shot changes depending on the way the balls are laid out. If that 6 was open, you wouldn't even think of shooting this because it's a Mickey Mouse layout. But being that the 6 is tricky, percentage-wise, if you did this layout 100 times one way, 100 times the other, you'd make the combination more, so therefore you have to shoot it.
And that's what he's done, and he's done it well. Game number.
Anyway, that's all
10.
the stuff goes through a player's mind. He computes all that in like the little time he takes to shoot.
Game number 10 goes to Grady Mathews, who now narrows the gap to within 2 games of the lead, 6 games to 4. So Grady is really fighting hard, Danny. You know, he hasn't given up. He's made a few errors, but, you know, it's hard to play perfect pool considering, you know, all the adversity that he's been facing throughout this entire tournament.
Right. More so than you can even imagine.
He's opted to take his 5-minute break. I don't know if we're going to stick around while he takes his break. Maybe we'll take a break also. In game number 11, trailing 6 games to 4, and it looks like he hasn't pocketed a ball on the break, but he has not left Strickland a shot on the 1.
No. He's got a rail first shot, you know, in no guaranteed position. He might even snooker himself if he ever shot that. So what do you do here, Billy? Do you kick, bank it behind the 2 and 6 and stick the cue ball?
Yeah, I kicked the stick to cue ball.
No, he didn't.
Okay, he didn't do that. Look at this. Look at this here shot.
Wow, that was really great. I mean, the speed was so tough because when you hit rail first and cut a ball, that cue ball, you usually lose control of it. It flies around. Perfect everything there.
Now he's got to stretch over the 6 ball. And whenever you do this, you lose a little accuracy. It looks like it's all over here, Danny. Notice it's almost a connected dot run out here.
Yeah.
Oh, what did he do here?
Nothing. He's all right.
Oh, my. Look at
I
this.
saw it going at the point, but it was a bad shot. It was a bad shot. You know, you don't come that close to the side. You know, that's not really a good shot. Overcut it? No, he made it.
And he's going to shoot the 6 in the corner.
Yeah, this one's coming to a close.
Yeah, it looks like more or less just connected dots from here, and you can see exactly how he's going to get out. The 6 in the corner. He's really playing.
Yeah,
rough.
he doesn't look real confident right now.
Should play the 8 and the 9 in the same corner. Floating down table to get a more natural angle to play the 8 and in position for the 9 in the same pocket. This is all natural here. So it looks like it's going to be Strickland 7, Mathews 4. Mathews really didn't go down easily. Oh,
He
another
almost
shot.
missed that
Another
one.
shot he hit roughly.
But he won the match. It wasn't the old Earl, but he won the match nevertheless, and he's still alive in the tournament.
I don't know if we're going to be doing an on-camera interview. Well, I really don't have time to do one right now. If Danny wants to do one, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Okay, we've opted not to do it on camera. So what we'll do now is just close out. Danny, once again, it's been a pleasure working with you, as always.
Well, thank you very much. And I know we're going to do one or two more at least this tournament, so I'm looking forward to it.
And so am I. So on behalf of Danny Diliberto, this is Bill Incardona saying thanks a lot for supporting ACCUSTATS. Give Pat a call, 1-800-828-0397.